Last night, the government confirmed that all primary schools in London would stay shut next week, rather than just specific boroughs. David Allen, a head teacher in Suffolk, says he wouldn't reopen his school if he didn't feel it was fully prepared.
In these sort of circumstances, it should be done, left to the head teachers on the ground to make the right call. And we're not, sitting on our hands, just waiting around and doing nothing. We're trying to make sure that we...
Hello, there's someone there.
In a community-spirited effort to try and reduce the virus.
A senior health official has warned hospitals across the UK that a surge in COVID-19 cases is coming their way. The President
Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Anne. Hello, Mel. Hello, Kate. Just turn the radio off.
In the southeast of England, and that the months ahead would be very difficult.
Boring. Hello, and Happy New Year. I'm just looking, I've got a few small unfinished paintings on my drawing board, and I was just wondering if there are any that I might be able to do this morning. Hello, Wendy, you're here. Oh, Marianne Ray. I heard a funny story about you the other day. I was talking to my friend, and I think your friend as well. Hello, Heather. Hello, Carol. Hello, Sarah. Yeah, I've got a friend, Viv Brown, who has Fifth Avenue Flowers on the quayside. She said, this is Marianne Ray, she said that your colleague, a chap, goes in and says, oh yeah, like Marianne's just watching the live video at her desk at work. And Viv was quite surprised that you didn't have your head down working. He said, no, I know she is because I can hear her laughing. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, I was wondering if there were any paintings that I could perhaps finish in front of you. There is one here. There's some ducks I did ages ago. I'm sure I've shown them to you, and I've just never quite finished it. Hello, Louise. Hello, Ross. Hello, Julie. Look at all your little faces popping up along the top there. It's absolutely lovely here today, but the dusting of snow has melted. Hello, Philippa. Hello, Irene. Do you like my reindeer earrings that my friend Lyndon Craven gave me? These are at the lower end of her price bracket. She has quite a lot of rather beautiful quality jewellery that's been here since about the beginning of December, but of course, and we have sold quite a lot for her, but she's going to be taking it back this week because obviously there won't be anybody here. But there was a chap turned up about half an hour ago to pick some cards up. Have you got snow over there? We've had nothing. Stephen, we had a dusting. There's like a tiny little dusting in the field here, but no. And the guy who's just been over came from Harbottle. I had to make him put his mask on to stand at the door to do click and collect. Hello, Ashley, and hello, Helen. Hello, Sally. I love them. I'm a bit of a lover of dangling earrings. Yeah, sometimes I like dangling earrings. Sometimes I like more sort of discreet ones. I don't like dangling earrings when I'm swimming, obviously, because I'm going to take them off. Right. Could maybe do something with that. Maybe. So, the other day, oh, hello, little sheepy. Yes, we've got a few landscapes that are missing the final shadows. This is one of them. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Alison. Hello, Jenny. Naughty, rude Jenny. I saw what you put on Kelly's Facebook page. I just made a very small innuendo which provoked quite a lot of vulgar sexual comments from people like Jenny. Hello, Anne. Hello, Yvonne. Yeah, there's another painting that really, it just needs the long shadows adding. got to get my head into gear for this sort of thing. But today's a very good day for getting my head into gear for exactly this sort of thing, or this sort of thing, because the view across the other side of the valley is absolutely fields, trees, walls, hill and shadow, and is just beautiful, so much unlike the other day. All that jazz, yes. So the other day, I sort of went back to basics, but I don't really want to do that anymore. So I thought, you know, this is the little duck that I started the other day, and that is just the first wash. I thought, why don't we just take it to the next stage? And most of you, yes, I did start it, Jenny, but you didn't have to be quite so vulgar. Stop laughing. I can see all her little laughing faces. Ha 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 ha. So yeah, I thought we could, for those of you, and I don't think there are any of you who are complete beginners and novices, like the watercolour, like watercolour as a medium is a series of layers, and you can do them. You can do a layer and then let it go bone dry, then put the next layer on, or you can continue to work within the wet paint. This one is very much dry layers, and so it would be nice, I think, to carry on and do another layer on there. We've also got the Indian runner ducks that I still haven't taken all the masking fluid off, like there. We'll do that as well. Right. And I've got some clean water for a change as well. I'm going to tip you up now. Hello, Sue Cree. I'm trying to remember what you said the other day. Today it was quite funny. And you said that's a bit like, oh, Cray, gangster. Remember now. Hello, Joanne Herdman. I'll try and tip you so you can actually see a bit of what I'm doing. I had to move my apparatus. There we are. That's not so bad. I just can't see any of what's being said. Right. I'm going to go a little bit higher, but then a little bit more over, if I can. Sorry about this, folks. Hope you're not getting dizzy. Right. So I'm going to get one of my standard brushes that I use. These lovely synthetic one-stroke brushes, which I use for, specs, which I use for nearly all my painting. And if you remember yesterday, I'll just do a quick resume. Yesterday, with a fairly decent sized brush, I just literally sort of blanked out, or blocked out the duck shape in a very pale wash, and this is a wash. And I was inspired to do this by Dickie Carruthers, who sent me some really lovely, very, very simple. I know what you're thinking, surely not. But yes, he did. He's been painting. He's a creative chap. So this is like a recap. There's the bill. Oh, we saw a duck the other day when we were swimming. Simple. And then I added a bit of depth. It was a goosander. So I'm just, can you see? Doing a bit of shadow here. A goosander, which is a type of duck, quite a big duck. And we got quite a surprise because it... So there, that's what I did the other day. and there it is dry. So this is very much a sort of Blue Peter thing. So I'll put that to one side. Bone dry. Can you see? Yes. And I'm again just getting a very pale, wishy-washy pale wash here with a bit of blue, and a bit of green, and I may make it stronger in a bit. So I'm really just sort of blanking out the basic shadows and perhaps where the eye would be, because that creates a shadow above the eye. Right. I might just make it a little bit darker because, as you all know by now, when it dries, it'll dry a bit darker. Okay. I'll just get a slightly smaller brush. For the funny little feet. Right. And the bill. I can hear sounds. Okay, so it's beginning to take shape. And while we're here, why don't we just think about a background, like putting it in the garden, perhaps? Maybe have. Now, Jenny, who's watching now, her granny, Margaret, was Johnson. She once said something to me years and years and years and years ago, when I was probably still an artist, but I wasn't like, I was very much in my formative stage. And she was absolutely obsessed with alpines and just flowers in general. And she was also a very, very, very talented, creative woman, probably sort of thwarted by finding herself married and on a farm among people who didn't care much about gardens. I'm gonna just put a dark-ish wash that'll be the beginning of a background here. Anyway, I think she used to do painting. She was just an all-round enthusiast, and she said something to me which I didn't know, but I did remember. She said, you've always got warm colours in the foreground and cold colours further away. Now, that's not a hard and fast rule, but it's not a bad one if you're a bit unsure. So for instance, here, this is the foreground and this is the far away. You would never ruin a painting like this by adding some, see, that's a warm colour, that's a red. In the foreground, it would never look out of place, and I don't know why, but that's something I learned from Naughty Jenny's granny. What's being said? I'm just going to see if anyone's saying anything. Hello. Hello, William Pittendrick. How's the diet going? You don't need to do any dieting, for goodness sake. You ride horses all the time. Sucree, I saw some. Goes under. Goes under. Oh, very, very funny. Ah, hello, Ginny. How lovely to see you. Emma simply mentioned John Wayne and gift a salute. Yeah, you're very naughty. Right, I'm going to tip back up. If you've got any questions, you could put them here. I'll have a look later on. Sometimes sometimes I will, if somebody asks me a message, I might ask me a question, sorry, I might private message them later on. Because I know I sort of go through things quite quickly. So I'm sort of imagining a darker, shadowy, maybe the edge of a bit of garden or woodland in the background. And I'm very, very much roughing it in. At this stage, I can correct the fact that the bill is a bit too big. See? Okay. And talking about working with it, sort of, I think they call it wet and wet, but adding stuff while it's still wet like this, magic, lovely. And just watching the paint bleed to where I would quite like it to go. And this is something that you could just easily have a go at. And as I've said so many times before, experimentation is the main teacher for watercolour. Just having a go and having a bit of fun and experimenting. And not worrying about having a finished painting. Although a lot of you lot do extremely good finished paintings. Where's Celia Ridley today? That's what I'd like to know. You can see how much pleasure you can get by just adding quite strong paint and just get carried away. And I'm sort of leaving little dots behind, and I'll just show you, I'll just move that to one side and bring back a painting where I had done exactly that same effect and left all these little areas. Now they can be filled in. You could just fill them in with any colour you like and just create little bursts of colour over the painting. While we're here, I think I might just get myself a small brush and try and let these Indian runner ducks see. So that's a little bit of an improvement. And also one or two details that'll just make these ducks, come to life, include the little nostril holes. Where are we? This is not a very nice brush. And you might think, oh, that was a bit quick and a bit random, but what you've got to remember is that I've always kept ducks, and I sort of know where their eyes are, I know where the nostrils are situated, and also they have a little smile. And there's no substitute for having close contact with the subject. Yeah, this little smile that they have is quite funny. This brush is disgusting, it needs to be replaced. So did you all have lovely Christmases, quiet Christmases? So again, just like a tiny detail, but it just brings them a bit more to life. And the other thing which, as you know, I like to do, yeah, we had a very, very quiet Christmas. I made sandwiches and went for a walk. In fact, I ordered some smoked salmon for the sandwiches from a company called Gaze Gill Organics. And they seem to have loads of lovely credentials and reviews, and quite nice thinking behind their business. So I ordered a side of smoked salmon with a view to that being our Christmas dinner, smoked salmon sandwiches, and I thought it'd be really nice with a little bit of rocket in the sandwiches and some mayonnaise. But we ended up having cheese savoury because despite the email saying, don't worry, your whatever will arrive by the 24th or on the 24th of December, when it got to 4 o'clock on the 24th of December, there still hadn't been a delivery. So that was quite disappointing, because having worked like ludicrously long hours, about 12-hour days for 7 weeks, making sure that everybody else got their Christmas presents, etc., and in time, I was just so much looking forward to having something I really, really liked, and it didn't arrive. So I sent an email just saying we were having an alternative Christmas this year, and our Christmas dinner was supposed to be smoked salmon, which didn't arrive. Where's my phone gone? I was a bit afraid that someone's sending me a message saying, we can't see you or hear you. Sorry, folks, just going to have a quick look. So yeah, and then I sort of signed off disappointed. There's no point having a rant, and also, why ruin somebody else's Christmas Eve? Anyway, the guy from Gaze Gill Organics did email straight back and blamed his courier. What a good idea, blame your courier. Not the fact that you chose that courier, or that you probably have access to tracking yourself, as I know, because that's exactly what we do. So I was a little bit disgruntled, and then he said something like, we'll send you some for the new year. And I just ignored it for a day or two, and then he said, do you want me to do that? I'll refund you and send you some for the new year. So I said, yeah, that would be really nice, thank you, but don't send a whole side, just a little bit. But guess what? Didn't arrive. So who knows? Anyway, that I think is at least they can see now. I'll put that to one side, and I'm going to do, we had our children with us, we were allowed to have 3 guests, and we're very happy with that. Hello Rachel Clark, how are you? Richard Dodd is watching. Hello Richard Dodd. Julie Findler Julie Findler, I don't want to say too much, but you've made my Christmas and New Year. And 2nd of January, probably. Hey, KB. No, Debbie, Susie T, Joanne Bonus. So I'm going to do a little bit of product placement now, okay? Because I can. So normally I get absolutely stacks of calendars and diaries, and I usually get stacks of visitors, and there are always a few left over at the end. But this year we haven't had anything like the number of visitors coming to the gallery for Christmas. I don't think I ordered quite as many as I usually do, but I have got quite a few left. So what I have got left are 2021 calendars, and there are 3 different designs. So we've got the flower one, which has a picture of flowers. Look, there's me. So every month you've got some flowers and then loads of space to write down stuff. So that's the flower one, that's the flower calendar. We also have a flower diary. Now this will be the right way round if you buy one, okay? And these, there's me again, me. And then these are called week to view. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday. And there's a picture at the beginning of every month, right? And then in the back, we've got quite a bit of space for notes, and then contact. So that's the diary, right? Then 2 more versions. We've got, this is called the Artist's Year. Obviously that was flowers, the first one. Artist's Year, and this has got a bit of everything. See? And an Artist's Year diary. And it's got like this, where is it? It's like an acetate cover, so you can have it on the kitchen table and drip stuff on it and then wipe it off. And Fifey likes it because when you open it, it stays flat. Okay, the diaries are beautiful and very well thought out. Oh, how lovely of someone to say that. Who said that? Ah, Pauline, Ruth, that's so kind. I keep waiting for somebody to say, oh, you've made a mistake. It goes straight from July to November, because that has happened in the past. You know, mistakes are made. You've got 365 days, all those Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays and stuff. And, you know, I'm not very good at detail. Anyway, so there you've got guinea fowls. So that's the year-round diary. And then we've got the hounds version, because I love painting hounds and foxes and things. So this is the same idea, and all the different pictures, me. And then there's a diary as well. Okay. I'm going to do an offer, I think, to try and get rid of them. Like a diary calendar combo offer. And I will, oh, thank you, Sarah. And I'll also, you'll get free post and packaging if you put lockdown in the discount box on the website, if you were to buy them. I'm wondering if there's some way of doing another discounty thing. Anyway, don't go and get them straight away, because I need to go on the computer and do all the button pressing to make sure that the free post and packaging is working. So yeah, now then, going back to the flower one, I'm sort of going, oh, it's not too early to plan your garden. So that's like my thinking about that. That'd be a good one for a gardener. A lovely present for a gardener. Okay, so I've done my sales pitch. Right. Oh, do you remember this hound that I started? What's the time? 1:30 already. Do you remember this? Well, this is at the same stage that is at now, but by adding the ginger coloured bits, it'll completely bring it to life. Hello, Charles. Hello, Danny. Fiona, you haven't missed me, I'm here. Try adding sketchbook. You see, Irene, that's a really, really good idea. Where shall I put that? That's a very good idea. If I add the sketchbook or the watercolour pad to the combo. Yeah, I'm going to think about that. Don't rush. What I'll do is I'll work it out and I'll put an announcement on the Lockdown Gang Facebook group. So try adding an original. Mark at my fingers hovering over the remove button. So yeah, don't do anything yet. I'll come up with something really nice and I'll announce it on the Lockdown Gang group. So for those of you who aren't aware, there is a group for you lot and it's called Lockdown Gang. And if I do an offer, I'll put it on there, right? So I'm going to quickly do something. Hello, Gillian Bassett. I hope you're drying off your swimming costume for the next ordeal, the next ice-breaking ordeal. Can I just show you what we did yesterday? I haven't put it on Facebook because I wasn't in the mood for that sort of thing yesterday, but look. Hang on. She's only sent one photograph of herself. That's Gillian Bassett, right? Look, with a great big chunk of ice. And there's me with 2 chunks of ice. It's very good if you take a photograph from above, it makes your legs look slightly less fat. I've noticed. And also if you hold the 2 pieces of ice together, it gives you a magnificent cleavage. Anyway, so we'll do a little tiny bit more painting. I'll just tip you up. Right. So this, yeah, you can see. Yeah, I'll just move you a tiny bit closer. This will just be a quick add. So I just need to mix some, find a sort of medium size flat brush. Dear, that's a bit too vibrant. Oops. Sorry folks, I've just got to... I'm just mixing some colour here that I'm hoping will work. I think we need a bit more. And then I'll test it on a scrap of paper. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good colour for houndy bits. Now I think this head's a little bit too small, but this is, you can do repairs at this stage or slight alterations. And I can make the head just that bit bigger. Maybe a bit bigger at the top as well. Over its, yeah. So there's the flappy ear. I hope you can see. And there's another flappy ear. So just by adding these really small bits of paint, it begins to come to life. And then there's the tail, or the stern as it's called on a hound. And that has got colour Just test that colour. It's amazing, isn't it, how just such a very small amount of colour just sort of gives the eye something to, pin the features on. Actually, okay. Right, so that's a start. And I think that's enough for today. Hello, Eddie Hector, John Walton. Hello, Ailsa Bailey. Hello, waiting for you to do the ribbon dance on the riverbank. That's so funny. Heather, who is a regular lockdown ganger or gangster, shared a video that's really, really funny of these two women. I'm not sure, it might be a mother and a daughter. And it's sort of taken in a slightly Laurel and Hardy-esque type of old-fashioned film strip, and they're in their swimming costumes at the seashore, and they're just like dancing and prancing around with ribbons and doing handstands and all sorts of like physical jerks, and it's really funny. If I can find it, I'll maybe share it. Or Heather probably could. Heather could share it on the Lockdown Gang page and give you a laugh. But it's not me. I don't know who it is. Anyway, it's been lovely spending time with you. A very, very happy new year to you all. And don't forget the calendar and diary thing. I'll think of something and stick it on the Lockdown Gang. Anyway, bye for now.